If you are from the state of Iowa, you may know the name Kate Shelley. Her story is still taught in school as a part of the state's history. It's also a story told here at the Boone County Historical Society Museum and nearby rail depot. In 1881, Kate was a 15-year-old living on a farm across the river from Moingona, Iowa.
July 6, 1881, a storm comes in. It was called a tempest of a storm, a very devastating winds, pounding rains, hail.
Kate's home was near Honey Creek, and the young lady let the animals from the barn lock because she was worried the creek water would rise and drown the livestock. While outside in the darkness, she heard a loud and ominous sound, the sound of the pusher locomotive plunging into the creek as the rail bridge gave way.
And she knew immediately that those men were in trouble, and more than that, she knew that 200 passengers were going to be coming through there and that she had people that needed to be notified.
Kate needed to get help for those men, and she needed to warn the next train that the bridge had washed out. To do that, she had to get to the depot in Moingona, but that station was on the opposite side of the Des Moines River. She would have to cross a long and high train trestle in the pouring rain if she had any hope of saving the lives of those on the Midnight Express that was on its way down that rail line.
And she, in getting to this depot, crawled 671 feet across the Des Moines River Bridge on her hands and knees. 30 inches apart were the slats because they didn't want people crossing those bridges.
After crossing the dangerous bridge, she ran 2.5 miles to the depot, where she was able to get help for the locomotive that had already crashed and stop the next train from falling in the creek. Immediately, Kate became well known nationally and internationally for her bravery. She received many awards and one very unique prize from the railroad.
The train would come to her house and pick her up. She had a lifetime pass on the train and could go anywhere in the country right from her door.
The Historical Society Museum has many artifacts from the events that night and from Kate's life as well.
So tell me a little bit about the lantern.
So this lantern would have been the lantern that she carried across the bridge with her.
Kate later held a job title few ladies of that day ever achieved, station manager of that depot in Moingona. The medals and honors were numerous, yet Kate never sought to cash in on her fame. People from around the globe came to meet her. There's still a steady stream of visitors to the museum and depot to learn about her story.
I think it resonates with people because I think Kate Shelley embodies the spirit of agriculture in Iowa. She's a farm girl living off the land. It wasn't that she was seeking fame, it was that she was doing the next right thing. She was doing what needed to be done.
It was along these rails in 1881 that Kate Shelley risked her life to save the lives of well over 200 railroad passengers. And even though that act of heroism took place well over a century ago, it is still something remembered by the residents of this state and even those around the world. Traveling the countryside in Boone County, Iowa, I'm Andrew McCrae.